What's up there, guys? So, first off, I'm sorry that I haven't been uploading a lot lately. That's because I'm actually sick and I was taking some time off. I was actually thinking of not posting anything this week for weekly customs, but then I decided that that's the whole point of weekly customs, because it's weekly. So this week I'm going to be uploading it, and this is your sneak preview. So in this, I've showed you guys how to seal a torso. I've showed you how to apply decals to your figures. Now I'm going to teach you how to modify your wrestling figure head scans. Now, as you can see, this is the Elite 48 Dean Ambrose with custom arms and swapped hands. I couldn't tell you what arms these are, but in this video I'm going to teach you how to modify your head scan. Now, I just said that, so let me show you what I'm talking about. So, pretty much, I have this Matt Hardy head scan, and this is from an old figure. It was from the old Flex Force series. And that's what this head scan came off of, and I don't know what Mattel did, but like they sort of like forced it in there, and then when you finally pop it off, that's the hole. I'm trying to see if it can. So that's the hole, and take that out of there. So when you try and put it on there, it won't go on. So what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to modify it. So what do you mean by? So some of you are probably gonna be like, what do you mean by modify? It's pretty much making the hole big enough so that way it can fit on the figure. So you could actually use a knife for this, but for what I do is I use scissors. So I'll put Ambrose back here. So that's what that's gonna go on to. Now this is the sneak preview to weekly customs. This is going to be featured on there. So what I always like to do when modifying is I first like to stick the scissors into there like this. That way they're all whole, and then twist the head scan. So it's pretty much just stretching the plastic inside, cutting out the excess and making the hole bigger. Do that, and you can see it's a little bit of progress. So then after that, what I always like to do is I like to open up the scissors, and what I like to do is I like to go like this, so I get it off the edges of the figure, so that way it modifies. Now, how you know when you're done, I'll show you that later if everything goes to plan, because with my figures I always have a test dummy, because I work with headless figures a lot, and pretty much the test dummy that I always use is this basic Austin Aries, since the only thing I really needed from it was the head. I'm gonna keep modifying it. So like if this is your first time, I would firstly recommend trying the head scan out on a figure that you couldn't really give a fuck about messing up. Then again, if you use that figure a lot for your customs just to test the head scan, then I would recommend just using a different figure, or just use a figure you don't really give a fuck about. A couple figures that you don't really have to worry about modifying would be the Jax figures, because their pegs work a lot different than Mattel's, because I think there's two ends to it. So they're both, I think, ball joints, or pretty much with Jax, it's this on both ends, and sometimes you could take out the other neck peg, but some other times it'll probably stay in there. Like, here, I'll show you an example. So this is a Jax Finley head scan, and when you take off the head scan, that neck peg is in there, and that'll be in there until you get a pair of pliers and pry it out. Because Matt Hardy head scan is going. Okay, I think that might be good. So I think for this, if you modified it good, what you first gotta do is you gotta see if it fits the dimensions of the hole. Mine somewhat, but what I always like to do is I always like to put it on there, like almost like you're about to put it on there, but like put a little bit of force on there, so that way it's not fully on, but then again, it's not fully loose either, so it's pretty much like making the little hole in there. And if you accidentally put the head on there, then you could just pop it off with hot water. And think it might be good. Let me check. I think it might be good. I'll probably have to modify it more off camera, but it made the hole a lot bigger than what it originally was. Let me see if it fits the dimensions of this. Okay, I might have to modify it more, but I don't know if I'll... Yeah, I think I'll keep filming. I might have to do it off camera, though. Yeah, now I'm making progress, because now I'm really cutting off the edges. And you should know, because when you're cutting, you'll see these little pieces of the figure right there. Those you could just get rid of, because you're not really going to need those, because that's just a waste. And like I said, all you're doing is you're just like rotating the figure's head, and you're doing that. So if this is like your first time, I'd recommend using figures. If you're an expert at making figures, then I would recommend using a knife. But if you're a little kid and you're trying to use a knife, I'd ask your parents' permission first. And if you're like a kid at my age doing this, then I think you might know the ropes, might not, I don't know. I learned how to make customs sometime last year. Okay, I think that might be good. And yeah, that's how you modify a wrestling figure head scan. I hope this helped some of you guys with your customs. Thank you guys for watching this video. Stay tuned for that weekly customs episode, which will be uploaded tomorrow, and see you in the next video.